G'day guys, how's it going? Welcome back, of course, to the Time Bomb channel, and I hope all is good in your part of the world. Watch review of the LACO Atacama Quartz UTC, and this, as you can see, is a Thule no-nonsense wristwatch that looks superb, but it might not be for everyone. This particular watch has been lent into the channel by First Class Watches. If you're interested in the watch, head over to the website. Do mention the Time Bomb channel, because I am sure that they will help you out on price matching. I think this is the first LACO on the channel, and I did really like these when they first released the automatic version of these. But sadly, the price point is way above my budget, so I parked the idea. But then I was pleasantly pleased when I saw that they'd recently remembered the blue collar guy, and they've made a ready to rocks quartz version, which costs around £490 UK. These watches have been designed, it's almost like a caveat, these watches have been designed with a clear military, outdoor, in-water use in mind, and they are functional things before they are things of beauty. So if you're going to judge it on that basis, oh, it's really ugly, well, you're kind of missing the point. Let me just clear the table and we can zoom in. Yeah, so the look of these things, to me, it's different, and it's sexy different. Let's kick off with some key specs. These watches are 46 mils across, and yes, it's wide. Guess what? It's supposed to be. It is, however, though, a shade over what is around 10.5 mils deep. It then sits on 20 mil lugs, but the lugs are actually down here. 20 mils, okay. It weighs then on this rubber strap just 106 grams, so it's slim and it's lightweight. Okay, the north to south, no, it's not 60 mils as the website suggests, and please, people, do stop obsessing about that, because it isn't. The north to south fit is flexible due to the lugs. The lugs have an articulation here, as you can see. So if you're thinking about the fit of these things, it's quite similar perhaps to the Seiko Tuna or the Seiko Monster. Or the Seiko, the round Marine Masters. It's round, so it's a pot, and it sits perfectly on wrist. Coming back to those articulations in the lugs there, they are quite similar to those found on ZRC watches, and also that the Tudor, the P, was it the 100 that I reviewed recently? And due to its low profile, it sits absolutely perfectly on wrist, and guess what? It does again what it's designed to do, which is to go under sleeves or over sleeves. So let me just tighten it up there one more wholly. So there's the down the pipe shop. So my wrist, is 7 1/4, and as you can see, those articulations are designed to hug any wrist size, and also, as I say, to then fit on top of flight suits or dive suits, etc. That's what it's been designed to do. And as I say, yes, it's big, but as I say, in relation to my hand, look at the clarity, look at the legibility on that. I think it's absolutely superb. There is, though, perhaps a downside to those articulations, and I think I referenced this when I looked at the Tudor, in that strap swap outs are probably going to be OEM, and it's a little bit of a challenge. But anyway, I don't think that's a problem, because the rubber strap on this one is pleasantly vanilla scented. It's got articulations, it's got lots of holes in it there to provide ventilation, so sweat and water, heat, etc. move easily and without issue. And again, I saw a couple of reviews of these, and people were just like banging on about the fact, oh, the north to south, the fit, the articulations. Okay, this is it's been done on purpose. The articulations here are a fantastic solution to problem number 1, protecting the 12 o'clock crown. So yes, this pops up there and protects it perfectly. In addition to which, problem number 2 is getting the watch to fit over dive or flight suits, and those articulations do exactly that. And this should be, I think, very clear to people who are looking to buy one of these. If that's not you, then don't buy one, and don't bitch about it. What else? This one then comes, unlike its bigger cousin, the automatic, it comes with just 200 meters watery goodness, which is perfectly adequate. You get sapphire up top with a proper amount of AR, and as I say, it's dealing quite well with the overhead lights here. The case body then is that lovely PVD coating. You get bags of brand heritage with LACO. They've been making watches for a very, very long time, and also watches for specific people for a very, very long time. And look at that case body there. It's kind of a little bit like a cupcake. And again, that just helps the fit on wrist. As well, the other thing to focus on, look at the anchor pins into there. It's kind of brutalist steel. But again, they're not going for refined here. They're going for a functional tool watch. And yeah, that's exactly what they've created. You can see on the reverse side there as well, signed crown as well. The knurling on the bezel is quite fine, but that's not an issue. It's not desperately coarse. I mean, I do like my heavy duty knurling, but it's not too much of an issue on this one because purchase is super, super easy because of the overhang on there. I mean, you can grip that thing and spin it around. Doesn't matter where you are, what you've got on your fingers, that thing is moving and it moves with control. Yeah, it's not, again, a super refined Rolex sound, but again, it's not supposed to be. This is a tool watch, and tool watches do certain things that other watches don't do. Buzzing away inside, we have a Ronda 515.24H, and it is a true GMT, 3 positions of the crown. So again, fold your articulation down here, and again, nice and easy. Lovely smooth action up there. You've got your positions that are here. So yes, we've got date wheel, which is covered up down the bottom. Sorry, GMT hand on the first pop. The second pop then is our hands. So have I gone too far? Yes, I have. Okay, no, third pop is then both. So there was a yeah, there it is, excuse me. I am right. The first position then obviously is your quick set date. And so everything on here is smooth, pleasant, easy, controlled, great. I think it's done very, very, very well indeed. Butter smooth action, and the re-engage action at the top there, again, is very pleasant, positive, excellent, very happy. For daylight legibility, I think it defeats all other watches without even thinking about it. It's super, super clear. Okay, you've got some outside shots here. It's very overcast, grey, dark. It's been raining for about 3 days here in the UK. And as you can see, the watch is very, 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 very clear indeed. There is perhaps a slight issue in that they put the 24-hour scale on the inside there. And I think, yeah, it might have gone better outside because they're so small, those digits, that they do disappear a little bit behind the main 12 hours. In the dark, well, yes, it pops and it looks good. The green orange contrast, etc., I think are good. However, I will admit Citizen do loom a lot better. In addition to some of those videos I was referencing earlier, they showed that the loom didn't last very long. So I did an extended test here, left the watch in the dark, no lights, and here it is about 30 minutes later. Yes, it's fading, but you can still see the time. But I fully agree, for 500 quid, I think they should be doing better, and they just need to put, either pure loom on or another coat or do something. Come on, LACO, listen to people, get that bit better. The one defense I would say that typically with them, for example, when I was night diving, I would get my torch underwater and I would blast my watch if it was starting to fade. So again, there are fixes to these things, but agreed, they should perhaps, make it a little bit better. The watch isn't pretty, the dial is busy. It almost looks like a stopwatch, and again, this is what they wanted. If you want pretty, look elsewhere. If you want tooly, walk this way. It's odd, it looks a little bit freaky, and I think it's just that bit different, and I applaud them for making this. Like most things in life though, it is not perfect, and if you buy one of these things, make sure that the vendor checks this darned annoying fault for you, and you may have seen it already. Let me zoom in a little bit further. Down at the 6, the printing is off. So the printing of the 12 loom between the 11 and the 13 is off to the left. It's off by about 1 millimeter, but it's very, very hard to unsee. Obviously from that angle it doesn't look too bad, but as soon as you get the watch flush, you can see that it just starts to move off to the left a little bit. It's not a huge issue, and I could see that many people would just, you know, breeze past that. For me personally, though, I've got OCD on watches. That's why I've got a watch channel, and I can't unsee it. And it's something that I would definitely make sure I speak to the the retailer, you know, say please do check that and make sure that it is better on the model or the version that you get. It'd be interesting to find out what happens if you send it back to LACO and say, you know, can you have a look at that please, and see whether they describe that as being within their tolerances, as brands often do. If they do, I'll be massively disappointed and I wouldn't be happy with them, because I think that's something that they should be able to get right. And specifically because the dial is busy, you know, there's a lot of information, there's a lot of readings to be taken from this, there's a lot of things you can do with the watch, therefore it needs to be precise. They need to get that right. But over to you guys. I like this one because it's a bit different, and it's a watch that's based on the design brief, not on someone's personal tastes. But what do you guys reckon? Like it, dig it, let us know your thoughts down below. Massive thanks again to First Class Watches. Again, do mention the Time Bomb channel. They're going to help you out on pricing. Thanks as always to you guys for your time and for your view, and we'll catch you all in the next watch vid. Cheers guys.